in like 5 seconds. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the big picture Socratic dialogue. So what is the big picture of your career? What is the big picture of your life? We're going to discuss that through a very interesting frame. And I believe that this dialogue can fundamentally change how Indian youngsters, or rather even youngsters across the globe, look at their life and look at their career, right? So before we go into this topic of sense of belonging, before we dive into this, I'd love to hear introductions of all of you. So you all can introduce yourself, who you are, what you're doing right now, right? What are you doing right now, right? Who you are and what are you doing right now. So this is your introduction to the world. So go ahead. Trust me, there is that ingredient of that dialogue in this format itself. Who are you and what are you doing, right? So how would you describe what you're doing so that that's an introduction to the world? Yeah, what do you have?
Okay, myself, Akib Ahmed. I am an engineer intern at Vishkarma. And right now we are participating in the SD session with all these members.
But what do you do?
I am an engineer.
Okay.
Whatever
That's your introduction to the world.
Yeah. Right now we are fixing some issues at the Vishkarma project. Like we are fixing the auto suggest feature right now. And yeah, that's all we are doing. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Thank you, Akib. Who's going next?
Yeah, me. Please, I'm Ahmed Zahran from Egypt, and currently I'm a software engineer intern at Vishkarma, and we are currently adding some new features and optimizing the project of Vishkarma.
Okay. Yeah. Who's going next?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Aisha Marush. I'm a doctor of pharmacy, but I'd like to introduce myself as a constant learner. And I am a data science intern at Creative Organics.
Okay. Thank you, Aisha. Who's going next?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Arjun Mantal. Currently, I'm working as a product manager in Growpital, where I manage product, I think of products. I am involved in the ideation process and also in the execution process.
Okay. Slightly better than everyone else here. Well done, Arjun. I'll come to that in a while. Who's going next?
Hi, this is Ayushi. I am a growth product manager, management intern at Kringle, and Kringle is a B2B company which offers loyalty and reward programs. So those are our products, and we're currently working on that. I'm excited and looking forward for this discussion.
Okay. Who's going next?
Yeah, hello, I'm Satya. I'm currently a trainee intern at Deep Thought, and the reason I chose Deep Thought was I was very interested in industrial psychology, and I think this platform gives me the drive to inspire others and motivate people to work towards a better future. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Satya. Who's going next?
Yeah, I'll go. My name is Purnima, and currently I am a front-end developer intern at Deep Thought. Right now I'm in my training period, and basically I work on the user experience stuff on tech part. So it's like making everything nice and, making sure that when people use some software or some sort of tech, they have a nice experience.
Okay, good introduction, Purnima. Who's going next?
Yes, I will go. My name is Sushmita Moria. I'm DT fellow at Deep Thought. I'm contributing my small part to DT as I'm wanted to be a future scientist. So in the research and innovation company, I want to implement my learnings.
Okay, thank you, Sushmita. Who's going next?
Yeah, I am Shagun.
My name is Krishna Kumar. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Shagun. I'm intelligence lead at Deep Thought. I'm trying to figure it out how to bring intelligence into emotions.
Okay, my name is Krishna Kumar, and I just joined in IPX. Me and my my team working on the application part as a front-end developer. And thank you.
Thank you, Krishna. Yeah, Shumangi.
I am a community manager in Deep Thought, and I am very proud of this organization because we are, dealing with all the client companies that are right now present here. And yeah, I enjoy what I do. So I am in Center of Excellence Lab, where we take care of all the student unicorns that are there in the community.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Tarun. I'm a servant leader at Deep Thought. So what I do for a living is I pick up youngsters, I help youngsters realize what they're capable of, and help these youngsters grow as responsible leaders for the society and the economy. So our idea is to transform Earth into a heaven when all the employees are driven by passion, purpose, and purity. Okay. So now I have a question for all of you. Let's say you're traveling in a train and someone asks you what you do, right? And let's say you get 30 seconds to tell them what you do. So what would you tell them? Who wants to go in? I'll listen up to 3 answers.
I work as a software engineer.
Okay. बहुत कमाता होगा. That is what people would respond.
Then I will add, I am an intern.
Okay, but how do you describe what you do? I mean, what would be your introduction?
I'll say what I do. I'll say I'm helping a more youngster to reform the way how they think, because I usually reform myself. So I'm thinking, how can I reform them? So this is the
Okay,
thing.
so follow-up question to that, Shagun. I mean, can you break this down? Because an average person may not understand what it means to reform thinking. So how can you break it down so that they can see it as an example? What does it mean to reform thinking?
Okay.
So if you reform the thinking of a youngster, what would you see? What output do you see?
We live in India. In most of the colleges, the mental state and thinking of the youngster are not.
The problem is understood, but what is the output of your solution? Can you describe that? So if you reform the thinking of a student, what output would you see? Yeah, Satya.
Yeah, we can basically enable youngsters to dream big, right? So most of the people in India are currently in a shell. Like, I do engineering, I become an engineer, I do that for the rest of my life, and that's it. So when we reform their thinking, we can let them dream big, like do something with their lives.
Okay, so you would introduce yourself as a person who's helping youngsters dream big.
Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely something interesting to listen to. So Shagun, how would you break down, reforming their thinking? What would happen if you reform their thinking?
They will think in terms of just Satya steal my point.
So can you say that, in India, despite our education system, some people are able to think really well, which is why India has, produced Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai, and all these global leaders. I help more Indian youngsters get there. I help more Indian youngsters, think clearly so they can handle responsibility of very large organizations. So they can handle responsibility of a large number of people. I'm producing those leaders through my technology so that it can reach every village and every corner of this country.
Okay. Yeah.
You understand the difference in the expression?
Yeah, got it.
So how do you tell it in such a way that any person can understand what you do? Okay. Can anybody else, would anybody else want to go in? How do you introduce what you do?
Okay. We are making construction industry easy to accessible, removing doubts regarding the constructions. People have doubts. People don't have the right knowledge how to make a home. They have confusions. So we are designing something where people get connected to the consultants, interior designers, and get their doubts resolved, because there's very less knowledge out there right now in the market, like which item I have to choose. We are providing the list of items, giving them guidance, giving them informations. We are writing blogs, contents, videos to help them. So we are making their lives easier in making a home and making their interior design. So we are solving that problem.
Okay, Akib, if I can articulate your thing slightly differently. And if you can say, hi, I'm Akib. I work at Vishkarma. We make dream homes available to everyone. Today, only a few people are able to afford a very good interior designer, afford very good advice to make a good home. So we have a nice technology platform. By using a technology platform, even a normal person can make a very good home by having great designs, by having great materials, whatever they need to get a very good home. Me and my team have made that magic product. And through that, with a very less cost, they can still make a great home, which was otherwise just in their dreams before. We make the dreams come true at Vishkarma.
Yeah, your wordings are better.
Is it wordings or what difference do you see in the approach? In the approach, what difference do you see?
I was explaining in my terms like a software developer, and you are explaining in the layman's term, like you are not using
it's not
many.
layman's terms. It's not. Approach itself is different. What were you describing and what was I describing?
I was describing my our features, what we are doing. Like
Correct.
we are
You're
creating
describing the
blogs
features.
and contents and videos. And what you did, you tell the how we are solving the problem. Like you are just telling the solution we are providing, the problem
Not
statement.
solution.
The service. The
Not
service.
service.
I think it's about the broader picture.
And what is that broader picture? The experience. What experience you're creating?
What impact?
Yes, impact or experience. Because a user doesn't connect to the feature, user connects to the experience. Okay, I think Kringle people understand. Unko ye dose mila tha 1 month back when they were writing the content, right? And that's why I think they do a good job now. When you describe the experience. Then people want to know how you're doing it. And when people want to know how you're doing it, you can always answer. Okay. Anybody else wants to go in with a pitch? Let's say you're in a train and 30 seconds you want to tell someone what you do. How would you describe?
Yeah, I would like to try.
Yeah, Ayushi, please go ahead.
So I would begin with that. Hi, I'm from Kringle, and we offer products like gamification to our client companies, which help them increase their user engagement. Like that's what I would like to go with.
Okay. Ayushi, if I can change your pitch. Say, hi, I'm Ayushi, and I work in a very interesting artificial intelligence company called Kringle. What we do is we help new products of big companies and small companies also in reaching customers like you. You must be using a lot of apps in your phone. Do you know a lot of these apps die very early? Because people like you change the apps too fast. You know, naya app aayega aap usko nikal ke chhod doge. So what we do is we help these companies make nice games for you through the games, and they'll give you coupons, they'll give you awards and all for using the app more and more. Through that, you get used to the app better, and the app also will get customers who stay with them for longer duration. We help the app survive a longer duration by having a very close bond with customers like you, so that you benefit and the app also benefits. So what difference did you see in the approach?
Again, an impactful answer. Like the listener will start imagining things as you have explained it.
Okay. Yeah, Ahmad, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I would like to introduce myself.
Go ahead with your introduction. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Ahmad, and I'm a third year software student, and I love anything related to software. Currently, I'm an intern at Vishkarma, and what we are doing, we are giving a new experience for people who wants to make a home. Like we understand how making a home is very painful, so we came to make this process more comfortable for you. Like we can make everything for you while you are at home. You can't get out from the home. So what we are working on making a great platform that will make you comfortable with getting an advice from a great architectures to make the interior designing and the whole design within your home only.
That's a nice one, Ahmed. What do you see in his approach?
It's
Maybe it's
it's
that personal
talking of
connection.
Yes, Sushmita, please.
yes, he is talking in uh, people's language, like connecting in which language that people can connect, rather than the RKB in which he use some technical words.
Okay. So Ahmed take some classes for Akib every day. Yeah, Arjun.
Okay, got that. Yeah.
So I work at Gropital as a product manager. What I do is that I think of products, I think of the business, and I make system. I think of systems. I create them, and I also have to think of how I make them efficient. Now, my main aim is to make sure that everything works smoothly. The product, it reaches its target, and that the business side of the things are also taken into consideration while making the product.
Okay, Arjun, if I can rephrase what you're saying, right? I can put it differently. I am Arjun. I work at a very interesting agri-tech company called Gropital. So my company gives fixed salary jobs to a lot of farmers. We do corporate farming. So we do farming in a very organized and nice manner so that farming is profitable and you can make money out of farming. So this way, farmers no longer have to make sacrifices to do farming. In our case, farmers are getting profits, getting fixed salaries out of farming. This sounds like magic, right? It sounds like this can't be true, right? So to make this happen, a lot of processes and systems have to be designed. So I'm one of the guys who designs that process so that our technology is made properly, and that technology actually helps you in driving that agriculture meaningfully. So I'm somewhere in the back while you're seeing the nice movie in front and you're enjoying the movie. I'm one of the cameramen who's like, silently behind trying to make this work. What difference do you see, Arjun?
Again, it's something that speaks to a person's emotions, right? And their personal experience as well.
No, there's a difference.
I'm speaking in a much more technical terms. You are simplifying it.
It's not just simplifying. What am I putting first? What would people care about? When you say I design process systems, I don't care about it. Why I don't care about it? My question is, so what? But when I say Arjun works for a company which is giving fixed salary jobs to farmers, what's my reaction?
Hello, this is Geeta. I relate to it because it is my concern now. Hello. Like, because if I'm a farmer and I want something that improves my situation. Geeta. Hello.
From whose mic is this coming?
Yeah, it's Satya. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if you tell like a farmer about improving his situation, so he will feel more relatable to the cause and he would be more interested in it.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd like to go. Like, if I had to introduce myself after listening to all this, I think I'd say like, yeah, this is Aisha. I work as a data science intern at Creative Organics. And we work for building an intelligence system to the company to give out the meaningful insights so that it can make a smarter and more right decisions for the growth of company.
Okay. So Aisha, if I can put it differently, you say that, hi, I'm Aisha. I work for a company called Creative Organics. So when you're sick, you must be eating a lot of medicines, right? So, and these medicines are produced very carefully so that it works with perfection once it goes inside your body. So to make these medicines, all the companies buy something called APIs, active pharmaceutical ingredients. So my company produces the APIs. So what I do is I work as a data scientist for my company, so that with the help of all the knowledge which we get and data we get from different sources, I tell my company where to buy the chemicals and what chemicals to sell at what time, so that we don't waste the chemicals, we use the chemicals properly, because when we waste chemicals, that will go into the soil and all, it's not good for our environment. So my job is to save the environment by studying all the data and talk of how much to buy, how much to make, how much to send to the companies, so that they can make the correct amount of medicine, and the medicines are always available to people when they need them. What difference do you see in that?
Yeah. This is more clearly understandable.
You also simplified, but this is more understandable.
Yeah.
Right? You said
Maybe
we'll make better
because-
decision, but better decision for what? For your company to
Yeah.
make APIs. But why should your company make APIs? So
Yeah.
that Cipla and all these guys can make medicines.
Yeah.
Why should they make medicines? Because when you're sick, you need medicines. So I'm starting from the end point where a consumer is going to consume and coming back to what you're doing across the value
Correct.
chain. You get what I mean by value chain, right?
Yeah.
So likewise with Arjun also I did the same thing. Now Arjun is
Correct.
doing something that is leading to software. That software is leading to better agriculture. So you first put the end outcome which a consumer can understand and work backwards in the value chain to talk of what you are doing in that entire value chain. Then people will relate to what you're saying, no?
Yeah.
This time when you go in train, तगड़ा मतलब बहुत networking करके जाओगे ना? I mean,
And also, I think we need to think how will the customer or the person is ready to listen to us. Like he will think what he wants, rather than he will not be interested in what we are doing. He'll be interested in what he wants. So I think this is the logic behind.
yeah. So
That's
Krishna, you want to try now? Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, first of all, I just started the IPX part and just create a problem like a person, and every one person when he tired, yeah, after the company completed the work and he's just tired, and every person have lots of problem and need a rest, yeah, need a music and something. And the IPX is the combination of the music, story, and other things. So it is just a bundle of energy, and I am working on it, and I'm too excited to work and develop in this job. And a lots of problem, a little problem. It is a combination of the problem. I just create and develop in the IPX to improve the quality of listening music and other stuff. And thank you.
Okay. Krishna, if I were to just slightly improve what you've said, can I
Yeah.
say that? I'll just build on what you said. So I say, hi, I'm Krishna. I work for this company called IPX, and I'm sure you'd love what we do. Because when you're tired, what do? You open your
I'm just,
Instagram.
yeah.
You open your Instagram, you watch some nice videos, you listen to some music, you entertain yourself, right? Would you want better entertainment? Would you want high quality entertainment? Would you want more choices of entertainment? But do you know, while you are watching all these videos and while you're listening to songs, the artist is going through so many struggles to, produce this art. You are enjoying the entertainment, but so many artists are living in poverty. They're not able to earn proper money. Their life is a struggle to produce this entertainment for you. What we are doing is, people like you can go and invest in the upcoming projects of the artists. So by using the money of the fans, they can produce their art. So artists, without any tension, they can focus on creativity. They can keep producing good art. So we all get more flavors of entertainment, not just from Mumbai, Delhi, and all the big towns, but even from smaller, big cities, but from smaller towns also you can get very local flavors of entertainment and very interesting kind of art you can get your way. So we are trying to develop art by taking care of artists. Through our technology platform, fans can invest in artists and artists can produce great entertainment. So we all can remain de-stressed by getting high quality entertainment whenever we want it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So you get what I'm doing here?
Yes.
See,
Yes.
you
Yes.
said you need entertainment. So what you did really well is you defined the outcome very well. But the piece which was missing is you need to explain
Properly.
the process.
The process, yeah.
Destination आपने ठीक से समझा दिया, route आपको समझाना है. You have to explain the route as well.
Okay.
Like Ayesha explained the process well, she didn't do the destination well. Arjun Mandal to ekdam, he went like even back into the process. The point is you want to start with the outcome and go backwards as much as possible to the process. That's when people will like it. Now I want to ask you a question. So next time when you book a Rapido ride or when you book an Uber ride, and if the person asks you, what do you do? Would you say, hey, it's too technical, you won't understand it? Or would you try and have a half-an-hour conversation to explain what you do?
I'm just, I just discuss in half an.
Then the person will be very happy, right? To know so many things which the person doesn't know, so many things which you're doing.
Yes, yes, yes.
So let's say Ayesha goes and says, you know, this thing called data science, from all the ports, the data goes, from that we understand. Sometimes this one chemical is so important, it goes into so many drugs, but everybody suddenly stopped making it. Market will be in trouble. So I look at my computer tells me, this chemical is not there. It's, you know, America will run out of this chemical in some time. Then immediately I go and tell my factory, jaldi banao. Then they start making that chemical. Then we send it by ship. It goes to America, and then people, you know, get that and they can produce their medicines. We are the ones who make sure that, you know, your medicines are always available.
Yeah.
People love this story.
Yeah.
Can you simplify it? And for you, is it a good learning experience when you can explain it to somebody in this length in a very simplified manner?
It is mean the process. I'm just not submitting, and it is important part when you are talking. And
end to end, you're able to explain, no?
Yes, yes.
Ye karne se, by doing this, this will happen. By doing this, this will happen, and finally you get this.
Yeah.
It's like you're starting with how you cook it, how you grow it in the farm, and then how you get it from the farm to your house, how you cut it, how you cook it, how you eat it. All that steps you're explaining, the entire value chain. Okay. Now, I have a question for all of you. Now, you guys are all innovating. You guys are all solving very unique problems. So, are you an average student of the country, or are you a role model for youngsters right now?
I am the role model of the country, according to myself.
Okay. So do you want to be a responsible role model for India's youngsters?
Definitely, I do that.
Yes.
Do you want to be a role model whom every youngster can see and say that, hey, even I'll be on the path of leadership. Even I'll be a servant leader. Even I'll try to make the world a better place to live in. I'll study hard. I'll study hard not because I want to get a lot of money, but I'll study hard because I want to serve the world. And so that I can make so many lives better.
Yeah.
So are you all a part of a very unique and exclusive club?
I would say yes.
Of course.
Yes.
What is that club? How would you describe that club? This club exists all over the world. This club exists in all societies. What is this club? I'd like to hear in everybody's voice. What is this club which you're a part of?
Club where everyone is keen to learn, help each other grow, and create a dent strong enough where you know, there is something coming out of it which is valuable and which is going to help people for in the long run.
Okay, thank you, Ayesha. Yes, Sushmita.
Yes,
In a
we
single
have,
word,
we
it
have
is
this
just to create.
environment, but there is a competition is also, and here is we are in a club of also cutthroat competition.
Do you have competition? If you're in this club, do you have competition?
Okay. We are in a club where every student has a vision and every student wants to be a leader. He wants to solve some greater problem.
He or she.
And yeah, he or she wants to solve a greater problem, which is right now nobody is solving. So we are in a club of students, unicorns.
So, Akib, do you have competition?
Yeah, we have competition.
You have competition. You, Akib.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody has a competition. Look at the team Vishkarma. We all are leaders and we all are solving the same problem.
But do you have competition?
Yeah, because we are solving
Do you
the
think I
same
have
problem.
competition?
Yeah, because maybe after 5 years, Ahmed may take over you.
Aa jao bhai.
Yeah.
Tarun,
The
what do you mean by
possibilities are there.
competition? Why don't we define competition first?
Okay, yeah, you define competition.
You define it.
No, I'll define that, but because I don't believe in competition, so you can define.
Okay. So I think
As in somebody who can take away your resources and somebody who can, end your journey if you don't play well. Let's
yeah, I
define
mean,
competition that way.
no, not necessarily.
Okay.
Competition would be competition would be something who is working against you in a way. That's what I would call competition.
Okay.
It's not
That's
like
not
someone who will be
that's-
taking over me next. That's
So
not
wait,
competition.
one question. So Akib and Ahmed both work in Vishkarma. Both are software engineers. So is Ahmed competing with Akib?
No, there can be a healthy competition also.
Are forget healthy or unhealthy or something, right? But do they compete with each other?
Yeah, we compete every day.
Yes.
We
Yes.
solve.
Okay, let me put a different question. Shavan works in Deep Thought, Shagun works in Deep Thought, Mohit works in Deep Thought. These three are tech leaders in Deep Thought, right? Or say, okay, Purnima is also here. So Purnima is also a tech person in Deep Thought, and I'm sure she aspires to be a leader too. And it's a matter of time at Deep Thought that people can grow as leaders. So now let's talk of Shavan, Shagun, Mohit. Are they three competing with each other for tech leadership?
No,
Why?
because they are content where they are. They are making an impact now at their post, whichever
they are-
post they have.
See,
But
they're
they're
all
collaborating.
they're all competing in the sense that they all are trying to run fast. They're trying to challenge each other and run fast. But it's not like there's only one seat which all of them are, gunning for.
Yeah.
See, if all grow fast and I don't have enough money to keep all of them, I'll probably recommend them to some other organization where, the person can be put to good use and request that, hey, please mentor some of the newer ones to go to that. But if, the organization is growing fast enough, that's what we did at Deep Thought, right? We told Shavan, okay, you're AVP technology. We told Shagun, okay, you're AVP data engineering. Now Mohit comes and says, even I am an AVP. We're like, okay, we'll invent something else for you. Is that not a happy problem to have if everyone is a leader?
Yes.
Yes.
And I
So are you
if-
competing?
if-
Are you
if-
competing?
If we are talking about the competition, I think the competition is with yourself to improve further.
Spirituality mat karo. Are you competing? I mean, do you have
Yes.
competition?
Ourselves.
Not
Do you
in
have
this
competition?
organization.
Do you have a survival battle? Do you have a survival battle?
No, not in your
No,
organization. Tarun.
Not a survival battle at all.
Are you the best?
Yeah. Whatever we are doing our best in that.
Okay, I want to tell you guys a story. This is a story I like telling, for all the DT folks, if it's boring, please bear with me if I've told it so many times. When I was in my 9th class, I liked mathematics in school because I used to get good marks in maths. That's like my primary reason why I started liking maths. I started liking it only because I would get good marks in it. I didn't like the subject. I used to get good marks, I used to like it. Then after going to ISER, I started finding a real beauty of the subject when mathematicians started teaching me. So then in 9th class, one coaching institute comes to my school and they say, who all got 100 in maths, come out. 6 of us went out. But they didn't want 6, they wanted 2. They asked, tell me your science marks. My science marks were always between 85 to 90. I would not get more than that. So then they asked me to go back into the class. I felt very insulted. Yeah, I had a huge ego in school. So I felt very bad. Then later I realized, that coaching institute ka application form I took earlier only. They conduct one scholarship exam, right? So for that, they used to charge 200 rupees for that application form for that exam. But in my school, they came and gave like 2 forms to every class. In every class, 2 students, they gave 2 forms for free. My ego was hurt. The exam finished, right? And then once the exam finished, obviously, whoa, that ego, right? Those two guys got the form, I didn't get the form. So then in school, exam was going on, that result came out. I caught each and every fellow and said, I got more marks than those fellows. Those fellows didn't give me the application form. I got more marks. If the school sent me, school ka izzat milta, but school didn't send me. I went on my own. I got more marks. I was that egoistic fellow, right? So I was like, I got more marks, but I was angry. I went to the coaching institute. I asked, what is the highest? I got like 380 on 400 in that exam. So then we got to know that I was the city topper in Hyderabad. Then we asked what is the second highest in all 4 exams put together. 4 different exams they conducted. And we got to know that the second highest was 340 on 400 in entire Hyderabad city. So I was like, do you know who I am? Right? So I was like extremely egoistic in my 10th class because I topped like 2 coaching institute exams in Hyderabad, and everybody like, Tarun, you'll definitely clear IIT JEE, you'll definitely clear. And I got scholarships from 2 institutes to go study. Then when I went to that coaching institute to study my 11th and 12th, I was in the so-called A01 batch, which is like the top batch, right? You conduct exams and you put so the best faculty would come teach us. So when I would go out, the other batch people used to come ask me doubts and I used to clarify their doubts. So I was very popular because I used to clarify doubts and all. So when someone would ask me, are you the best? What was my answer? Any doubts?
No,
Yes.
you must have said yes.
No, I would just say, do you have any doubt with that?
No.
And when I was in my first year of college at IISER, I wrote an exam conducted by National Board for Higher Mathematics. That was for first year, second year, and third year BSc students all over Maharashtra. I was in first year of my undergrad, competing with people 2 years elder than me and all. I stood second all over Maharashtra. My college senior got first all over Maharashtra. So I have that Olympiad medal, that's right here on my desk, right? Second all over Maharashtra state. And once I got 5th all over Andhra Pradesh state. So when I was 18 years old, my resume already had 2 state medals in Mathematics Olympiad. I was working with a Padma Bhushan awardee. My resume was already full. People at the age of 30 didn't have a resume, which I had at 18. So if someone comes and asks, who are you? I'm Tarun here.
Yeah.
कोई और introduction नहीं है. Now, the reason, so when people talk of IIT, IIM students being in demand and all of that, I think one thing is that sense of belonging that you have. So, when I come back home by train, when people ask, what do you do? Or when the TTE asks for ID card, the driving license will be there, but that will not come out. The IISER ID card will come out. There'll be 3 lions on it, right? And when an email goes out, right, from IISER email address, the email would be like, Tarun, first year integrated BSMS program, and IISER Pune, an autonomous institute of MHRD, Government of India, blah, and pura address, website and all of that, like an IAS officer's designation below. All us, batchmates used to have that. And when I go and I'm like, I'm from IISER. Oh, you're from IISER, okay. As though, a very exotic species coming from, some jungle and all. They like see you very differently. And, you get a red carpet welcome. I go to a school and I tell the principal I'm from IISER. Oh, you're from IISER. You're a mathematician. Fantastic. I welcome. Now, why is that happening? Because you have a sense of belonging, right? That I worked my ass off and I got in here because I'm a good student. And when someone asks me, some foreigner comes and talks, I'm like, you know what? My government has this policy since the last 70 years that the smartest kids have to be put in a separate place and have to be given good education so that they can take the country forward. And according to my government, I was one of the 100 kids who had to be put in one place called Pune and had to be given, 900 crores of funding for 5 years for this institute so that I would get the best education and I can take my country forward. So I got this very unique opportunity to study there and to work with some of the best scientists in the country and grow my career as a scientist. You get that story, right?
Yes.
So now when you have that story of what you're doing and you're doing something very different, would you feel that sense of belonging, that I belong here? I'm good. I'm damn good.
Yeah, you earned it now. You earned it
Did
by
you
your
earn
hard
it?
work.
Didn't you earn it in Deep Thought? Didn't you earn it in Vishkarma?
Yeah, that's what we are saying now.
Yes.
We are student unicorns.
Student unicorns, right? You say that,
Yeah.
you know, the 15 different organizations in India decided that they needed a new kind of talent to grow companies at a faster pace. And they brought a common program for identifying youngsters who have the perseverance, creativity, and curiosity, right? Who don't yawn like what Arjun Mandal just did. And they were picked up after a 30-hour-long intensive selection process. Like how IAS officers are rigorously grilled and their personality is carefully checked, and based on personality, how IAS officers are selected. My personality was selected for 25 hours straight, where I was asked to come to a Zoom link. I was asked to go from room to room. I was asked to write what I saw. I was grilled with questions, and then I was finally selected, and I'm given consistent training so that I can grow as an innovation leader and I can solve the biggest problems of our society and economy. I'm one of the student unicorns. Would this be your story?
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Like there's an engineering graduate IIT and there is a DT associate. Just like you said, he goes through the observation period. It does a hard work kind of thing, yeah. But IITian also, you know, applied his brain, giving his night time in his study. He also worked. So how can we say that we are better than that or we are equal to that?
We are not trying to be better than everyone. When you're trying to be better than anyone, you're competing.
So how Deep Thought community is different from IITian community?
Deep Thought community is focused towards servant leadership. Deep Thought community is focused towards holistic thinking of business. Deep Thought community is committed towards first principles reasoning. Deep Thought community is interested in understanding behaviors of people, interested in an inclusive flavor of, you know, taking innovation forward, innovation where everyone is a part of. Deep Thought community is interested in value-centric objective to economic activity and economic progress. Do you see this kind of discourse in the IITs?
I don't see, but their products are the CEO of Google, like Sundar Pichai. So they are, you know, proving it by
Google
results.
was in the wrong news for how they treated some of the women.
Yeah, that's correct. But that also, you know, a fake news. We don't know. But you know, the IITs is showing the products at the CEO level. But our Deep Thought showed some results right now. At the CEO level.
IITs are 70 years old. Deep Thought is 2.5 years old.
Yeah, okay.
See, Akib, let me tell you one thing. I saw one brand being built. And that brand's name is IISER.
Yeah.
When I walked into this campus, 1/3 of the first building was ready.
Okay.
1/3 of the first building was ready. So if you ask how many buildings were constructed, my answer is 1/3, not even one. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when I finished my degree, the entire campus was ready. 3 years later, I was invited for a session. And they said, our seniors who walked on the same campus are now with us. I said, correction, same land, not same campus.
Yeah, got it.
I said, kya campus tha? 1/3 building. That was our hostel. We were living there, except that 1/3 hostel, kuch ready nahi tha.
Yeah.
And the people who came in, there were many people who didn't get a seat in IIT and they came in and they were half-hearted in joining IISER. They could not see the dream which Indian government could see. They thought they're in a second grade institution. They could not get into IIT, so they joined IISER. Today, you look at it, IISERs are a global brand. IISER alumni are in top-notch institutions across the world as faculty. So you are a part of an institution which is being built. So when you're a part of an institution which is being built, if you take pride in that institution being built and you derive that self-esteem out of that, that can fuel your journey forward. The reason why I'm saying this is, see, I'm sure all of you here have a lot of self-confidence. And there's a reason why I pulled Krishna here, because I want Krishna to know, Krishna, you're good. I like your learning drive. I think I told you this 2 weeks back only. Even if someone says you take more time to learn, I think you're very capable as a technology person. You just have to believe in yourself. So Akib, the point I'm trying to drive in everyone is you guys have worked your way to come in here. So do you have that sense of belonging, that I belong here? I belong to this cohort of student unicorns.
Yes.
Yes, we belong.
But while Aisha is working on solving pharmaceutical problems, while Satya is working on the problems of, professionals in different companies, while Akib is working on the problems of interior design, while Ayushi is working on the problem of loyalty and rewards, while Arjun is working on the problems of agriculture. But all of us are solving problems in the society. All of us are, growing as leaders. All of us are trying to acquire the CXO level thinking. So you're a part of a big league, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you know you're a part of the big league, would you play accordingly?
Yes,
You want to
obviously.
play an intern or you want to play a student unicorn?
A student unicorn.
Student
उसका
unicorn.
intro क्या था? ये video rewind करके देखो. What was your intro in the beginning?
Yeah. We will
Growth
change it.
product management intern.
Yeah,
Software engineer intern.
yeah, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
See, I really liked what Shagun said. She said, hi, I'm Shagun. I'm working on this problem of bringing intelligence to make sure students can learn and students can grow as innovation leaders. I like what Young and Shumangi brought in, right? This is the problem we're solving and I enjoy solving this problem every day. So you're seeing yourself as an important person for the society and the economy. It's not ego. It's servant leadership. You're saying, I'm an important person, I have an important responsibility to serve the society and the economy. You have the humility, but at the same time, you also have the self-confidence.
So Tarun, you are saying that start believing as a leader right now. Okay.
Akib, to be number one, you have to start thinking like number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I told you from a 9th class story, right?
Yeah.
I was always aggressive and ambitious with whatever I did.
So for that, we need to be competitive now.
Not necessarily. I mean, you see, look, being competitive can make you toxic, can make you hurt yourself, can make you hurt other people. But if you are very invested in helping the world, making the world a better place, you want to do more to make the world a better place, you'll not hurt yourself. You'll be very happy along the way. Like right now, why am I doing this session? The other guys are also watching. No, MetaHD, why am I doing it right now? For you people who are telling this right now, pay attention. When you as in those guys, you are watching in MetaHD. Why am I doing this session right now? I'm competitive in your language, but competitive not for myself to say that I'm a great CEO. I'm nothing. I'm a servant leader. Right. After 2 days, I'll disappear from the Zoom link. Right. I'm enjoying Hyderabad, traveling in metro every day, meeting clients. Right. So it's not about what I am, whether people remember me and all. That people forget me, I don't care. Or rather, they should forget me. But what is important? Are people believing in themselves? I'll tell you why I'm doing this session right now. The other day I took a workshop for the latest hires of Deep Thought. They didn't speak.
Okay.
My ego got hurt. अरे मेरे स्टूडेंट्स बात नहीं कर रहे, क्या हो रहा है?
Okay.
Yesterday night, and I put a message tagging Mervin and Harshvardhan. What is the L&D team of Deep Thought doing? People are not talking. This is Deep Thought. Our student unicorns are always confident. They'll always question. They'll always talk. They'll take a stand. Why are our new trainees not talking? Why are they having lack of confidence? We have to pull up our socks. Saying we have to change it. I want to see all the people happy. I want to see all the people confident. I want to see all the people capable. I want to see impact. So if you're committed to your cause, Akib, you'll get a lot of power from there than from what did I do? Remove the I. Remove the I. Transcendence, Maslow's hierarchy. Self-transcendence. Remove the I. Think of the impact. You'll become superhuman. You'll become very powerful. The whole world will support you. You'll get way more capabilities than what you are the moment you remove the I.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Can I say something?
Yeah, Ahmed.
I think the problem is the cause is not always there. Like at some point, not all people at the right state all the time. Okay, there must be a time that people fail in it. At this time, cause not always can get you up again. So at this point, I think competing, if we use it in a right way, it will help pushing people at that point to not get down.
So Ahmed,
That's what I'm saying.
Ahmed, let's say you're not performing, right? Let's say you've written less lines of code, and let's say you're feeling low.
Yeah.
I would come and ask you, Ahmed, please remember this person, Raju, who lives in Hyderabad, who wants to build a nice house. He wants to see his young kids happy. He wants to build a good house, but he's working very hard. He doesn't earn that much money. Do you want to help Raju build a good house? Ahmed, you have not deployed your code today. You're delaying the code. When you delay the code, and if the platform is not live, Raju will have to go to the traditional people. Raju will have to buy a house from the traditional people. He'll have to take an extra loan. And because he's taking an extra loan, the kids can't go to a movie on the next Sunday because they've taken a loan. Do you want to make a change to Raju's life? Do you want to save that money so the kids can go watch that movie, so the kids can buy the books they want?
Okay, I will tell two things. First, that might put pressure on the person. Second thing, if there is a sense of challenging in a positive way, I think there is no chance that will happen. So
see, I'm saying when you challenge yourself, right, that I have to do it, that
challenging yourself.
And when you say that this Raju story can put pressure, there again, you know what question I would ask? Ahmed, very few people are committed to solving Raju's problem. So is it important that you play a long game and you stay here, you survive and stay here to solve Raju's problem? So is your mental health important for Raju, Ahmed?
Yeah.
So you playing a lot, do you want to play a marathon or you want to play a short running race?
No, a marathon. Yeah.
Do you want to play a long game so that you impact many more Rajus, or do you want to play a short sprint so that you just help one or two and you fade away?
Yeah. Back to minimum.
You get the power of transformational thinking.
Yeah.
Transactional thinking is I need to be pushing 100 lines of code, 500 lines of code, 1,000 lines of code. Transactional.
Also, I can say one thing, another, that challenging also can make the process fast. Even the process is very good. Like every day I'm challenging me and Akib in solving anything. That makes us to evolve in the sense of
Ahmed, I appreciate that. But I'm saying you can look at the next level. You're challenging yourself, right? For the code, right? But what if you challenge? What if you're striving for impact? What if you're pushing yourself to produce impact? You'll be able to see a lot different version of yourself when you're trying to push that impact rather than push yourself for your score.
Ahmed, Tadun is saying that don't just competitive in code only. We are trying to solve a bigger problem than just fixing few bugs. He's trying to say that we are the reason behind that.
Yeah. I got the point.
See, like I'm a project manager at Deep Thought. I do the design at Deep Thought and give it to people so they release the projects quickly. But why do I do the design? I'm not looking at how much design and how much time I can do. I'm looking at by when can I impact these people? I'm visualizing the students who are going to use the platform. Because I'm visualizing the students who are going to use the platform, I'm excited to complete it quickly.
Yeah, got it. If we think we get more energy. Yeah. Got it.
Look at the vision. Don't look.
Vision and impact. Like if I'm an artist or if I'm a chef, when someone eats the meal and they're like, that is the thing you want, right? If you're a chef, you cook something and people are like, wow. Likewise, you're an engineer and you make something. People use what you make and they're like, Wow. Like yesterday, Shagun, I mean, Rohit puts a message saying at 4 o'clock, I'm doing DT-thon. Shagun was like jumping up and down.
Yeah.
She took 5 bloody months to make the DT-thon. It was a nightmare for her to fix the bugs of DT-thon. You know, the birth cramps which a mother has to bear before the child is born, a product manager or an engineer has to bear that to bring the product into the world. You brought that product into the world and you see users using it, you're delighted. Visualize that. That's the greatest motivation you can get.
Yeah, got the point.
Yeah, I got it.
So now you are in that elite club which is looking at impact, not looking at these metrics. India mein there are a lot of nerd programmers who be like 100 lines of code, 500 lines of code. Chatur Ramalingams.
Yeah.
Be the Baba Ranchod Das kind of people, no? Explain what is Baba Ranchod Das and Chatur
No, he knows. He has watched 3 Idiots.
He has watched 3 Idiots. Okay, very good. It's a global appeal.
Everyone watched the video movies.
Okay.
So
Great.
everyone correlates.
So when you're driven by impact, right, you get a lot more power. So yeah, before we close, I'd like to listen to all your reflections, and everybody who's doing the Meta SD, stay there. We'd like to do reflections there also. Stay there. Yeah.
No, I have a
Those
question,
reflections,
not a reflection
You
part.
can ask me on WhatsApp. You can ask me on WhatsApp. All of your reflections and we close. Yeah, quick.
Okay.
You can ask me on WhatsApp. Happy to take it on DT Learners group. You can ask. Yeah. Who's going with the reflection? Yeah.
Okay, I'm going. Few days back, I learned that I'm just not a backend developer, because Harinan answer said you are an engineer. You cannot limit yourself to the backend or front end. Now I learned that I am just not an intern. I am a student unicorn and I have a vision and I have to implement it. So that was a learning of the day, and I discovered many things here. And I have
You're
to
not
improve
an
my.
engineer. You're a change maker.
Yeah, but my profession is engineer.
No, you're a change maker. Your medium is engineering.
Yeah, okay. I am a change maker. Okay, got it. And
The
I have
tool
to
is
work on my
software
push.
engineering. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, got it, Ahmed. Yeah,
was
that's
good.
yeah, Ahmed, go on.
Okay, why are you pushing me after?
We are competitors, now you said.
Okay.
Okay. Today, no, I will go with after someone else.
Don't push people like that. Yeah, who's going
Yeah,
next?
yeah.
I would like to go next.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great thought to have in mind while working on something, or just not just professionally, but during our while we're working on our personal chores or anything, that what impact can this make? Like if we have this thought in our head, on the back of our mind, I think unknowingly or subconsciously we might like push ourselves in a way that it's always going to create a positive impact. So that will be my takeaway from this dialogue.
Who's going next?
Okay, me. Yeah. I will say before this session, what I was looking at is trying to push myself to do my work and to evolve in my learnings. Okay, in sense I'm loving to learn, but I was not looking what I want to do by that. So I was looking to parameters like challenging myself and challenging others without looking what I would do to the society. So today I know that my role is bigger than that. So I should change this in my mindset. Yeah, that's what I learned today.
Nice, Ahmed. And the role, this is not a short part. Matlab ki you have a very long role, matlab large role, yeah, big role. I just joined IPX, and before I'm nothing to do in related to in a social in a team. I just implementing ki how you push how you put your effort in your team, in your social. And just said before ki कि आप समाज के लिए क्या करना चाहते हो, एक पॉइंट होना चाहिए आपके लिए कि समाज आपसे इंटरेक्ट कैसे करता हो और समाज को आप पुश कैसे करते हो कि आप एक लार्ज टू लार्ज स्केल में इम्प्रूव करो. And definitely I do that, and after a long time, yeah, after a short time, I just do that. And today, and that today's session is just awesome for me, and thanks to Tarun sir again, क्योंकि he just pushed me कि you come, and I believe you कि you can do it, and thanks to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna. Who's coming in next?
Okay, I'd like to go in. Okay, I'd like to go in. Okay, thank you, Sushmita. So, so from this session, I understood this in much better way, that putting yourself and trying to improve yourself is good. Pushing towards improvement is good, but having a broader picture about it and thinking about the impact you can make in people's lives is much more better than that.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you for that.
Yes. Can I?
Sure, go ahead.
Yes. While we are working, we should think that we are not just working. There is something is related to outer side. So we should think in that perspective also, and then you can do our job.
Okay, thank you, Sushmita. Who's going next?
My mother used to tell one example which I kind of connected with here, that whenever we eat food, food is for our survival, and we get to remember the farmer who did so much of hard work, and then we are able to have that in our plate. So similar kind of thing came to my mind, that we are having that sense of belonging with the farmers, right? So the same way, I thought that we are also working for that big cause, which is important for the society, to think like a leader and not for just for themselves, like we are using that I word, I will do this or that. So yeah, I kind of connected with that. So yeah, they are working for a big cause, they are working hard so that we all can have food. So yeah.
Yeah, so what I get whenever we are trying to create any process, just think about 4 things that will be cause, people, impact, and purpose. So if we think about it, then outcome will be, means in one discussion there was process and outcome. So process can be created with these 4 words: impact, cause, purpose, and people.
I'll go next. I think I realized what I would say the worth of my work and how to think about my role and work. It is, you have to think of it on a much more larger scale of what you're doing, how it will affect, what stages it will affect, in the future. That's what I take from this. Other small thing as well, but this is the main thing.
Anything Arjun Mandal like presents it ekdam nicely. That's why, when everybody came and Arjun didn't come, I'm like, Arjun nahi hai to you can't start at all. If you don't believe me, ask them. I did say, without Arjun Mandal, the show can't be on. So Arjun, make sure that you see the worth of your work, present it to people, and make sure your colleagues also understand the worth of their work.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
जितना जोश के साथ present करते हो ना, make sure your colleagues also present it. And stay this way, Arjun. Don't lose this.
Sure.
This energy is nice. It's nice for all the colleagues to, experience every day. Just that sometimes I think you go overboard. But yeah, who's going next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Okay, so first thing I realized that I should be able to have confidence in myself that I can impact a change with whatever I'm working with, and I should believe in my cause first, because unless I start believing, others won't believe in me. So yeah, and I've also realized like that is important to make people realize the cause I'm working with. Like they should also feel relatable to it, and they should know what it is, and they should be interested in the cause. Only then they'll be supporting the cause, like getting involved with the cause. So yeah, that's my takeaway.
Thank you, Satya.
I'll go next. So my takeaway from the session is that first I need to, believe that I belong where I am, and I have to believe in myself, right? And as a tech person, after this session, it won't just be about pushing code. It would be about, the change that whatever product that I'm making is creating, right? So that would be in the back of my head. Like, it was amazing listening to the stories and everything that you said. It's like kind of now subconsciously, like in my head from now, it feels like that. And also I got like great insights about how I can introduce myself. Like you explained the whole thing. So it was like, from now on, I'll be able to, introduce myself better. That was
talk about social scorecard, talk about why you're building it, talk about what impact, how it will change people's lives, the social scorecard. People know themselves better. When they know themselves better, they feel confident. And when people have when people have good self-esteem now, no crime will happen in the world. Most crimes happen because of insecurities, because of these negative emotions inside people. You're emotionally nourishing people. When you can emotionally nourish people, the world will be a nicer place. People will stop doing all those nonsensical things. That's the impact of your product.
Yeah.
Right? So thanks a lot, everyone, for sharing all your wonderful views. And I hope all of us go back home happier. I hope all of us go back home a lot more confident. And I hope we'll all have this sense of belonging, that we belong here. We belong to this big league. We play at a different level, right? And if someone talks of competition, at least if someone says competition, mujhse compete karne wala paida nahi hu. Once somebody asked me, when I was working in the school education space, somebody asked me, what if someone copies you? I said, I do physics of Rajnikant, Sherlock Holmes in a chemistry lab, evolutionary love guru. I do all these kinds of crazy content, and school kids give me 4.7 out of 5 on social media. I do a workshop for school kids from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and they're like, 10 minutes extension they want, and they want one more story. You get me one other storyteller who will do it like this, I will leave school education space tomorrow. Someone came and said, Tarun, your idea is interesting. I think I have met someone else who's doing something like this. I said, get me a bond paper. I'll sign it right now. If someone else is doing what I'm doing, I'll leave school education space tomorrow. This is not the attitude which is advisable, but I'm saying this is what I was when I was in the school education space and I was of your age. Because we live in a society which undermines us. We live in a society which oppresses and suppresses us. So you need that swag. You need that thing to go out and say, but you're going to compete with me.
So Tarun,
you get what I mean, right?
Yeah, previous version was, Tarun, was a good thing to you, or it was a bad thing?
It was good because people couldn't put me down.
Yeah.
I go to business events with a kurta and pajama. Everyone's I went to my IIM interview in kurta. Okay, everybody bought a brand new bloody blazer and a formal shirt. I went with a kurta.
Yeah.
To tell कि तुम लोगों को नया ब्लेजर खरीद के आना पड़ेगा. मैं बेड से उठ के आके इधर इंटरव्यू देके जाऊंगा और क्लियर करूंगा. ये मेरा औकात है. My clothes don't define me. My beard doesn't define me. What I know and what I can do defines me.
Great.
My kurta is a protest against capitalism. It's a protest against consumerism wherever I go on conferences. One client meeting, I went in shorts because I know he was a very conservative guy. I went in shorts. Not to offend anyone, but to say my clothes don't define me. You want to do business with me? This is who I am. I mean, see, look, I'm not trying to say that we have to have an arrogant behavior or elitistic behavior or superiority complex. I'm saying don't let someone judge you. Don't let the society belittle you. I see you guys as amazing leaders who can drive impact at a scale. I believe in your future. When I say this, I'm not talking of you guys alone. I'm talking of everyone who's doing the Meta SD right now. You guys are being mentored to become fantastic leaders. Your potential is something else. Don't let someone define you. Don't let someone define you. You will define yourself. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah.
That sense of belonging. Why am I saying you belong to a different club? The moment every day I knew that I'm an ICER alumnus, that gave me that strength, that gave me that self-belief. Today, ICER doesn't define me. A lot of places, they're like, I go, I talk, they're like, where did you study? I say, ICER, okay, what is that place? How is it? Oh, must be a really good place.
Okay.
If it has produced a fellow like this, must be a good place. So does DT define you or would you define DT? Initially, DT gives you the confidence, but eventually you would define DT. Akib goes and talks, अरे IIT के बंदे बहुत देखे, but ये बंदा अलग, इसका level अलग ही है. You would define DT. You get what I mean?
Yeah, got it.
Yes.
By
Your
default,
level is something else.
Yeah.
By default, we are number one in brief. We can't be, no one can compete us. By default, we are number one. Yeah.
By what?
By default, we are number one.
By effort. By default.
By default. Yeah. No one can compete us. That's a brief.
Yes, everyone is unique. Yeah. Your job is to grow to your fullest potential. Everyone is number one. Everyone is number one.
Yeah.
The question is, can you realize that potential?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, see you all on the work link.
Thank you so much, Tarun and everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so